Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Thursday. We are going to give everyone just a minute to go ahead and jump on. While I'm doing that, Shanaz, I see you're typing. If you wouldn't mind just popping in and letting me know that you can hear me, because I know we've had some sound challenges the last few times. Perfect, just what we want. Awesome. So as everyone is still getting logged into our session today, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Heather, and I am our Customer Success Manager here at Sendible. And today, myself and Shanaz will be taking you through our new Instagram onboarding flow. So a few weeks back, we released an update that we hope everyone can say is a really great update, where we improved the flow of when you're connecting or reconnecting an Instagram profile. So for the first part of the session, I'm going to dive through what it looks like to get a new Instagram profile connected. We'll touch on Instagram business as well as Instagram reminder profiles, the differences in how to do so for both. And then towards the second half of the session, Shanaz will come on and Shanaz will be helping look at a couple different things, reconnection. So what the reconnection flow will look like, some common questions you might have or different things you might run into with those reconnections as well. She'll be sure to cover during that part. So while I go ahead and start sharing my screen, we love to start with an icebreaker. So my icebreaker today is, if you could have a wild animal as a pet, what would it be? And my answer is a panda. And panda because they are very cute and cuddly, but they are also very protective, and it would be a great security to have. So if you want to participate in the icebreaker, go ahead and pop your answer into the chat. You'll see Shanaz and I just said hello to everyone. And again, the question is, if you could have a wild animal as a pet, what animal would it be? I'm hoping for some great responses here. So I see some people are typing. Awesome. And while we're doing that, I'll go ahead and start sharing my screen. Nice, a dragon. That's a good one, Josh. Awesome. And I didn't mention it at the beginning, but if you have to jump off at any point during the session, this will be recorded and it will be sent to you after. And then also we do host all of our previous sessions on our help portal. So you can always access those through our help center as well. So let me just go ahead and start sharing my screen. Giraffe. Shanaz, I was going to say giraffe to help with like tall items in the house. But okay, great. While you guys continue that, I'll go ahead and start sharing here. Give me 1 second. Perfect. Better have high ceilings. Awesome. So you can see my screen here. It's just showing my Sendible account, and I've just logged in. So you'll notice when you first get logged in, you're brought into the calendar view under Publish. And so as I mentioned, we're going to walk through Instagram today and really what it looks like to get an Instagram profile connected. So to get us started, I'm going to go ahead and walk through that first process. So we're going to say, I'm coming in, I want to connect in a new Instagram account, that I've just activated. So when I first log into Sendible, I'm going to come over to Profiles, Add Profiles. And as soon as I click Add Profiles, I'm going to come into the social part of where you're able to connect in profiles. And you're going to see the social networks that we're able to connect with. The second one here will be Instagram. So you'll just go ahead and click Add. Now, when you click Add, this is instantly going to be different than what it was a few weeks ago prior to our update. So you've connected a profile since then, so you may have already seen this, but maybe you haven't. So I'm just going to walk through some of the differences here. Now, when you first get to this screen, let me actually make sure really quick. Perfect. Just want to make sure you can see that. When you first get to this screen here, you'll notice that there's quite a bit of information, but what we're asking you is authenticate your Instagram business profile with Facebook, and that will allow for direct posting, reports, and feeds. You'll also notice that we say for carousels and stories, please set up Instagram reminder. So there's really 2 action items you can take here. You can connect to direct publishing, which is going to be through an Instagram business profile, or you can set up an Instagram reminder, which could be a personal Instagram account. It could also be just used for stories and carousel posting, and we'll take a look at that in just a moment. Outside of those two kind of action items that you can take, you'll notice we have some different information here for you. Now, what this is these are common questions that we get asked or different customers have when they're looking to connect in Instagram. So why do I need to authenticate with Facebook? So this is here because in order to connect in an Instagram business profile for direct publishing. So in order to schedule and publish directly through Sendible to your Instagram account, it has to be a business profile and it has to be connected back to a Facebook. And the reason for that is we have to authenticate that through Facebook. And so that question comes up quite a bit, whether if you're an agency and you have clients and maybe they're wondering why they need Facebook. This information here can help you talk through that. But really what it's saying is we do authenticate it through Facebook. And how we're doing that is via Facebook's API. And so they require all third parties to connect to a Facebook page in order to gain access. So you'll see here, we highlight it, you do need that Facebook page to connect in Instagram. As I'm continuing through this, I did forget to mention at the beginning, if you do have any questions throughout this session, please feel free to pop them into the question box, which is just to the right of the chat. Any questions about Instagram, connecting, reconnections regarding Instagram, please go ahead and pop those into the questions and we'll be able to answer those live at the end of the session. Perfect. So the next resource that we have here is how do I know if I have an Instagram business profile? So that's a great one. Again, especially someone who maybe hasn't been actively using their Instagram. They don't know if it's personal or business. This will walk you through how to confirm if it is. Great resource, again, if you're an agency or working with clients to use this to help them. You'll see here the next option is how to convert your Instagram business profile. How to convert your Instagram personal account to a business profile. So this is going to walk you through how to actually make that adjustment. So you're taking it from personal to business. And then the last section here is reconverting it. Now, you might ask, why would you change it from business back to personal? The only reason you would really do that is sometimes when you initially connect your personal Instagram and you change it to business and you then link it to Facebook, sometimes there can be an issue that pops in where that connection doesn't actually take place correctly. And sometimes it's an easy fix of just going back into Instagram, changing it back to personal, and then changing it back to business. And that can help you with that issue that you may run into. And so those instructions are here for you. So it'll walk you right through step-by-step of what to do in that scenario. Awesome. So now that we've made it through kind of those resources, commonly asked questions about Instagram, you'll notice that you have those two action call outs. So I can set up direct publishing or my Instagram reminder. I'm first going to show us direct publishing. So if I come in here, I'm going to go ahead and do set up direct publishing. You'll notice we highlight that this is through Facebook. So just as a reminder, as we talked about, you will be prompted to go ahead and connect in with your Facebook. So let me make sure you will be able to see my pop-up here, which I will need to show in 1 second. Let's make sure you're able to see this. Might take a second. There we go. Perfect. So you'll notice it's saying continue as or edit settings or log into another account. So I'm already logged in on my browser to my Facebook. If I wasn't, the very first screen would just ask me to log in and then it would bring me here. So if I'm just going to continue as me, I'll click continue. If the Instagram account I'm trying to connect is linked to another Facebook account, if I continue as me, I'm not going to see it as an option, right? I need to log into another account. I'll just go ahead and do log into another account from here. So I'll just go ahead and continue as myself and show you my screen again. I'm so sorry that I have to keep switching back and forth. But when I do that, you'll now see I'm right back into my Sendible account. And this is new. This is a new view prior to this update for us. So what we're seeing here is based on that Facebook account I was logged into and I've connected now, we'll see that I manage or I have access to 2 Instagram business accounts. One of them, where it says Heather Lindsay, is already connected. So what that's showing me is I have already connected this Instagram business account to my Sendible account. Great, I don't need to do anything. What it's now letting me do is come in and connect this additional account. So if I want to connect in Point MMA, all I'm going to do is click connect, and it's going to go ahead and connect it in. Now, before I do that, I just want to show you here that it says that if you don't see your Instagram business profile listed, ensure you have admin rights first, right, via Facebook Business Manager, and then try reconnecting your account, which you can do from here, and it's going to walk you through the reconnection of that Facebook. And we also have a help guide here. Now, remember I mentioned Shanaz is going to show that reconnection process at the second half of the call. So I can just go ahead and get this connected and click connect. What's really great about this update is you're now able to see the other accounts that you've already connected. Previously, it was the drop down that you would drop down and you'd see all the accounts you manage and you'd select the one you want. Now we can just go ahead and click connect. If I was adding in 3 Instagram accounts, I could click connect on all 3 of them and get them all connected now. So if I click connect, we'll show it now shows connected, right? So now I have both of them connected and I can click done. If I come back over to my profiles and I look at my Instagram business, we'll see both of my Instagram business profiles are connected. So great flow. Hopefully you guys see that that should be streamlined for you in getting your business profiles connected in. Now, as a reminder, Instagram business is going to be used for direct publishing. So publishing single images, videos, to Instagram directly through Sendible. The other option I mentioned is Instagram Reminder. So if I come back here and I click add again, the second thing we saw was set up Instagram Reminder. Now, if I do this, it's going to bring me into the information about what is Instagram Reminder. Well, what is it? So you'll use Instagram Reminder if you are looking to do carousel posting, so multiple images or stories, to Instagram. You're not able to do that through the direct publishing service or profile, just due to some limitations within the API that third parties use with Instagram. So in that case, you would go ahead and set up the reminder. Now, how the reminder works is you'll connect in or create this Instagram reminder profile. And at that point, you'll be able to create your post, so draft captions and scheduled post from your Sendible dashboard. You will then, at the date and time the post has been scheduled for, receive a push notification of your scheduled post. And you will then take that push notification and use it to actually go into Instagram natively and publish your post. So it doesn't send off your post to Instagram. Instead, it really sends a post to you and reminds you to go ahead and get this scheduled, opening up the Instagram app. So in order to go ahead and use Instagram Reminder, you will want to download the Sendible mobile app onto your phone. And you're going to do that right because you're going to get those notifications. So you also want to make sure that you enable notifications for that. So we'll just go ahead and say I've enabled notifications, I've got the app. And then at this point, you're able to create that profile. Now, since we're not directly publishing to Instagram, we're not actually connecting to your Instagram profile through the API, right? So what you're doing instead is you're creating this profile that you can use. So we'll just go ahead and we'll just call it Heather and push notifications. So you'll see that you will receive the push notifications for this profile. So post is scheduled, you're going to get the push notification. If you want to have other users also receive those, you can include them here. You'll notice if they don't have the app, they'll receive them by email, the notifications. And then email notifications and email with the media attachments can also be sent, and you would include the emails that you want it to be sent to here. And then all we're going to do is click create. So let's just go ahead and do Heather Personal so we can see a difference here and click create. And so now that's been added, right? If I come over to my profiles and I want to see, let's say Instagram Reminder, we'll see I now have these Instagram Reminder profiles connected. So we connected Instagram Business for direct publishing, single images, videos. We can use Instagram Reminder now for those carousel posts and stories. Awesome. That was everything that I wanted to cover from an initial connection standpoint. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Shanaz to hop on, and she's going to help walk through what I mentioned with the reconnection, a couple different topics she has, and then we're going to take a look at questions. Thank you, Liz and Michelle, for submitting your questions.
Hi guys, hi Heather. Thanks for the thorough walkthrough. It was amazing.
Of course, always happy to.
Okay, right. So this is particularly a very good feature that I've been looking forward to for quite a long time. So I'm quite excited to go through the reconnection flow. What I'm going to do is share my screen. Okay, right. So I'm currently in my account here, and there's a few things that I wanted to go through with you. First of all, I just wanted to go through what certain. Okay, let me start again. We updating the new Instagram flow meant that we had to go onto a different path, you would say. And when we initially released this feature, we did mention that all Instagram business accounts needed to be connected. If the Instagram business account was not connected or disconnected, one would say, the migration going from the old flow to the new flow would not take place until the reconnection happened. So you may see within your dashboards, if you've already had profiles connected, that there looks to be like a broken icon. And it will also say to you that you need to reconnect. This is just due to the fact that you're not on the new Instagram flow yet. And it's very easy to change that. All you need to do is actually reconnect. So what you could do is go over to the pink button. It will ask you to log in again. Through this flow, I'm going to say continue as myself. So very similar to the flow that Heather talked you through. Because we're still on the old flow, you are going to see what it looked like before. So if I just press update and refresh, it would still happen to not reconnect. And I just need to go through and reconnect one more time. In this case, I'm just going to double check the edit settings to make sure all the pages that I need to have access to, that I'm managing, are selected. This does not mean I'm going to be adding everything. It just means that anytime I want to add a new page in the future, it's going to be added within the permissions. So now you can see that we're on the new flow. Very similar to what Heather has gone through just recently. And then you have access to many more accounts. And because I have actually selected the gone through the new flow with the broken icon, you can see that it's now connected. For example, if you come across any accounts that you think you have access to, but you don't, if you click on the reconnect button, it could be due to one of two things. You need to log into a different Facebook account, or it's because when it comes to the edit settings, not all the pages that you have access to are selected. So again, we recommend that every single time you are connecting to Sendible, you make sure that all pages are selected. We're not adding them all, but we need to have access to them to have a really strong connection. What will also happen is as soon as I have connected one Instagram business profile, it will automatically reconnect any other disconnected business accounts in the background, as long as it's within the same account that you have. This one here, it's still it's still disconnected just because I don't have access to it. So it would mean that I need to go and make sure that I need to check on Facebook to see if I'm still admin, because it's a possibility that they've taken that access away. And as soon as I've got access again, I can reconnect. Something that I did also want to go through with you, if you ever get to a stage where you realize that you've added an Instagram reminder account, but you've not actually added the direct publishing account, if you just click on the link or button at the bottom of the Instagram account, you will go through the workflow again just to reauthorize the permissions. And in this instance, it's the Sendible account, which I'm going to add and connect. You will also notice that every time that you reconnect or every time that you add a new profile, you go through the Facebook authorization flow. If you realize that you would like to change possibly the name of the account that you have to make it more user-friendly, if you just click on the edit button, it will come up to edit settings, and then you can change the name of the account. Please note that this is just an internal reference. It will not change the name on Instagram. It's only for within the dashboard. You can also select how you want to receive any new activity on that account, whether it's through the priority inbox or whether it's through email. And then if you need to share or transfer any of the profiles to a different user, then you can click on more and then go and press share or transfer. And that's the reconnection flow.
Thank you so much, Shanaz.
No problem.
It looks like we do have a few questions that have come in.
Yes. Shall we look at Michelle's question from 612? Okay, so the question is, I am not an admin of the client's Facebook page. What would be the next step to be able to connect the Instagram profile? Great question, Michelle. We have a great feature that's called Client Connect. What this allows you to do is to create a landing page where you can direct your clients to add their own Instagram business profiles through this landing page so that they don't need an actual account on Sendible. If you do want to give them a user account on Sendible, they can go and add their own Instagram business profiles to the dashboard or the account that you provide them. What we can do afterwards, Michelle, is actually send you a support article on the Client Connect feature, just in case that's something you're interested in.
I've actually just gone ahead and added that into the chat, so you have it right there as
Great.
well, if anyone else is interested.
Next question is from Liz. Will you be adding the ability to publish multiple photos either through the Sendible app or site, or at least allow photos to be saved to your phone through the app? Currently, it's quite a few steps to post anything with more than one photo. Completely understand that, Liz, especially through the Sendible app. We are looking into updating that feature The best thing would be to do is to go to our feature portal. There is a idea on that already, and add your vote to that idea. What happens is, as soon as we start working on those features, you get automatically updated. As soon as Instagram allows us to have access to add multiple images through their API, this is something that we will definitely look to support in the future. Got a question for Melissa. What if my client uses one email for their Facebook account and a separate one for the Instagram account? That's a great question, Melissa. Because we are using the Facebook API integration, and you are on Facebook's end, you're connecting your Facebook page to your Instagram profile, you only need to worry about your Facebook account email address. You don't need to worry that there's a different one for Facebook and a different one and a separate one for Instagram. As long as you have the one for Facebook, you will be able to add your Instagram profile. Another question from Charlotte. How do you schedule Instagram stories? Great question. To schedule Instagram stories, you would set up your Instagram reminder profile, the profile that Heather went through earlier today, and then you'll be able to schedule multiple images or stories, and at the time that you want to schedule that post, you'll get a push notification if that's what you've selected, so you've downloaded a Sendible app, or you'll also get the notification through emails to be able to push that message at the time to Instagram. Liz, so for Instagram Reels, do you also need to be scheduled as a reminder? That is correct, Liz. It's the exact same way for Instagram Reels. You'll need to use Instagram reminders. There's some great questions today.
Yeah, that was awesome. Really good. Any other questions? We'll give everyone a minute or so to go ahead and jump in. While we're looking to see if there are any other questions, just to highlight again, one of the things that Shanaz showed was the edit settings when going through that process. I know she mentioned it twice, but if we can ask you guys to take anything from this session, is using the select all under edit settings is really going to help you. It's not automatically connecting all of your pages. Sorry, it's not automatically connecting all your pages or all of your accounts. It's just granting access, giving you the option to, right? If you want to. If a new account is added down the road, you'll have the option connected in. If you go in and individually select just certain pages and you don't select all, it will cause some challenges down the road when you get new accounts and you're trying to add them in, reconnections. It can cause a couple challenges. So again, if you take anything from this, if you go into edit settings, make sure you use the select all option.
I think that's it, Heather.
Awesome. It looks like Liz added one question in the chat. Let's see.
Okay.
Will Sendible account for me?
Will Sendible accounts for any posts or stories that aren't scheduled through Sendible in the reporting and analytics? Yes, there will be. Because the way we access reporting is through Instagram Business, and that will capture everything.
Awesome. Shanaz, are stories included in that reporting?
It's with stories, it is something that we would need to update our feature with, but the Reels is something that we definitely do support.
No worries, Liz. Thank you for sending it in. That works great. Awesome. Well, then I think we covered everything. As I mentioned, you will get this recording sent to you. Also, if you ever are looking for previous recordings, if you just go to our Help Center, which you can access from your dashboard, you'll always be able to access previous recordings as well. Also, keep an eye out. Next week is already September. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, next week is already September. So keep an eye out. We're going to be sending out an invite with all of the upcoming webinars for September. And we do have some really great sessions we're excited about with some great topics. So be sure to keep an eye out for that as well. Thank you everyone so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks so much, Ines.
Bye.
Bye.